Good morning and welcome to the daily weather operations brief. Seeing a nice start to the morning with some mild temperatures, light southerly winds, and some mid and upper level clouds streaming across overhead. Looking towards the remainder of the day, we should see things stay rather consistent, as we'll see yet another warmed, hot, more like a summer afternoon with low rain chances and some mild winds to round out the middle of our week. Now, taking a look at the most recent radar scan here, we can see just some generalized radar clutter here. Not seeing any real reflectivity across the area, expecting the radar to remain rather clear throughout the day and continue with this trend. And taking a look at our morning surface analysis chart here, you can see that the pattern remains rather consistent with what we saw yesterday. We do have surface high pressure just offshore of the Carolina coast, and we continue to see strong upper level ridging spanning from the Gulf Coast and over the southeastern United States. This setup overall is maintaining that persistent southwesterly to southwesterly flow, and that will continue throughout the day and continue to lock in, say, very warm and dry air mass across the region. And that trend is expected to continue through at least tomorrow, with today shaping up likely to be the warmest day of the week thus far, and tomorrow bringing in yet another warm day. And due to those lower dew points and the lack of surrounding moisture, dry conditions should prevail for the remainder of the working day and into tomorrow. For our current weather observations out here on the field at Wallops, seeing scattered cloud cover at 25,000 feet with unrestricted visibility. Winds currently out of the southwest at about 5 knots and a temperature of 69 degrees and relative humidity sitting at 65%. And glancing quickly over at the most recent scan of satellite imagery here, and as that daylight filter or that nighttime filter washes away, we can see those upper level clouds continuing to stream across the region, and that will be the case for the remainder of the afternoon. We might see some thinning overall and some mid-level clouds building in. We can kind of see that along the mountains there, but as the day continues, should be plenty of sunshine, which is further backed by the high-resolution models of today coming out just a few hours ago. This high-res model shows that we do continue to remain dry for the remainder of the day. Much of the precipitation in this frame off to our north, and that will again continue to be the case as we move through the day. Hence, we have greens across the board for the next 24 hours, seeing partly cloudy skies for the remainder of the afternoon and even into those overnight hours. Seeing temperatures climb into the mid to upper 80s today with west-southwesterly winds to start off, and then shifting southwesterly before picking up a brief southerly component. We might see those temperatures knocked down as a result, but then things kind of settle out of the southwest with light winds overnight. May allow for a little bit of efficient cooling as we move into tomorrow morning, but those overnight lows do look to drop to about 63, so the low 60s, before rebounding for another warm day tomorrow. And as mentioned earlier, in the afternoon period, we could see a few mid-level clouds building in, but again, plenty of sunshine. And to round us out for the daily weather operations brief for the short-term outlook, looking towards Thursday, seeing partly to mostly cloudy conditions and slightly breezy conditions with a high of 83. Those winds do look to remain below wind advisory criteria, but they are creeping upwards towards that threshold. Thursday night, partly cloudy and a low in the mid-60s, and Friday night, partly to mostly cloudy with a very slight chance of seeing an afternoon shower associated with an upper-level disturbance moving through the area, and we'll also see some increased cloud coverage in conjunction with such. Nevertheless, a high around 80 degrees to round out the working week. That is going to conclude the daily weather operations brief. We'll be back at 10 o'clock with the 7-day outlook and hope everyone has a wonderful day.